I'm joined by musician David Byrne. I hope it doesn't make you uncomfortable. I'll do it quickly. I'll just say you are one of the singular musicians of your era, one of the most influential musicians and composers, and it's an honor that you're here, and I'm thrilled that you love movies as much as you do.
Thank you so much.
David has programmed a double feature night, part of our weekly double feature programmed by artists like yourself. So thanks so much for doing this. So we just had A Matter of Life and Death, the Powell Pressburger film from 1946. Up next, from 1987, directed by Wim Wenders, Wings of Desire. We never see the afterlife in Wings of Desire, but it is a very spiritual movie, and it is connected to what we imagine happens to us after we're gone. Do you recall the first time you saw Wings of Desire?
Probably very shortly after it came out in 1987, I guess.
Had you met Wim Wenders at that point?
Briefly, a little bit. He's a big music fan.
And he wanted to have dinner with you, right? He called you up, right?
So yeah. We got together. There was a hope that this theater piece I was working on there would get translated into a movie somehow in Berlin. That never happened, but we got to know one another. I think this was a turning point in his life, this film.
How come?
I think he really became a much more kind of spiritual person after or during the making of this film.
What grabs you about Wings of Desire?
Very similar to the earlier movie we have, some of you anyway, have already seen.
Yeah, Matter of Life and Death.
In that it's another experimental romance. It's very sentimental. In this case, sentimental and spiritual. Part of the movie's in black and white. Occasionally, we get the view of the Earthlings, which is in color. But mostly, we're seeing things from the point of view of the angels.
Primarily two angels here. Otto Sander is one of the angels, and then the great Bruno Ganz is really who propels this story. And they've been angels for thousands of years. Their whole job is to comfort people in distress, right?
But they can't talk to them.
Can't talk to them. They can't force them to do something. And occasionally, comfort doesn't work.
Early scenes in the movie where you're kind of seeing what the angels do, experiencing what they experience, hearing people's thoughts as they kind of float over the humanity of Berlin. To me, that was just heartbreaking.
Yeah, because they're on a plane. They're hearing people on a plane arriving in Berlin, or they're just in the streets at a coffee shop. The angels appear to congregate at the library.
Yes, you can hear all the thoughts of the people in the library and people who are troubled and people who are going through their normal lives. The charm of the movie is that the people are very ordinary.
Oh, they're
just
ordinary.
They're just regular. It's just regular people going about their lives, and all the troubles and heartaches and concerns that they have, some of which are really petty, some of which are deeply profound.
And Bruno Ganz, the basic story is he falls for a mere mortal, a trapeze artist in a failing circus.
It's a very simple story,
right?
The kind of story that's been told many, many times before, but it's incredibly well done because you really get the humanity. It's this view of humanity viewed from this, heavenly, angelic point of view, and you just imagine, what if we could zoom out on ourselves?
Right.
What would we look like? What would our thoughts appear like? And you get a little taste of that, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah. Peter Falk is in the movie.
Yeah, we don't want to reveal that how it fits into the story, but there's Peter Falk coming a curry burst.
Peter Falk, playing actor Peter Falk.
I'm so happy to see you.
And you get a mini Nick Cave concert.
Oh, you definitely get a little mini Nick Cave concert.
Somehow Nick Cave's music and the concerns of his songs and what the songs are about, it fits into the story as well. A lot of material of his that I like the best is harsh or looking at a harsh reality, but it's also very sentimental at the same time, in the same way that this movie is. That's where I think it fits really well. I mean, occasionally I find his music sometimes too aggressive, sometimes for my taste.
Yeah.
When it's not, it's got that kind of tension between kind of love and kind of this really harsh, ugly reality.
David, that was great. Let's take a look at the movie, and then we'll speak more afterwards.
Okay.
I have many questions to ask you about Wim Wenders and
right.
about art.
Okay.
Here's the film, directed by Wim Wenders, with a cast led by Bruno Ganz and Solveig Dalmartin. This is Wings of Desire. Back with David Byrne, who is programmed tonight's double feature, part of our series of 2 movies from one artist. Thanks very much for doing this, David. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for showing these movies.
David picked Matter of Life and Death, the Powell Pressburger movie. We had that earlier tonight. Now this Wings of Desire, Wim Wenders' film. So Wim has become a friend of yours, yes?
Yes. We got to know one another.
It must be satisfying to you as I don't know how else to say it without sounding silly, but I mean, as the complicated artist that you are, to find what seems to me to be sort of a kindred spirit in Wim Wenders.
We did kind of do things together. We did a song for his next film. He described the scene, and we had a track that we hadn't used that didn't have any words, so I could write words based on the scene he described to me. And then he did a kind of music video for the song that played in the film as well. So, yeah, there was a real connection there, tying the 2 films together. A
Matter of Life and Death and Wings of Desire, yeah.
One time when Wim Wenders was in New York, he called me up and said, David, would you like to meet Michael Powell? I'm at his apartment right now. I would just drop everything and go over and just to say hi.
Yeah. Both these films use black and white and color. Matter of Life and Death, color on Earth, so there's more color because more of the film is on Earth, but black and white upstairs. And most of Wings of Desire in black and white because that's the perspective of the angels, but on the few times that we get to see the situation from either Solveig Martin's point of view or Peter Falk's, we get color. Both movies beautifully shot.
Wings of Desire was shot by Henri Alekhan, who Wim would tell everyone, this is the guy who shot Beauty and the Beast, which was many, many decades before.
Yeah.
So Wim was thinking, how did I get this guy out of retirement? How did I manage to do this? And it's like the most luscious black and white in that movie.
It is unbelievably lush black and white. And Matter of Life and Death, shot by the great Jack Cardiff with the 3-strip Technicolor on Earth, but it's very vibrant.
It's like somebody's moved the saturation slider and go, let's crank that a little further.
Yeah, but of course it works. We're sitting here talking about it.
Yeah.
You've scored some fairly mainstream movies, Jonathan Demme film, for example, Married to the Mob, not the only one you've done. But what's that process like of scoring a film for a director you trust?
I'm not someone who can score a film and in a way that, say, John Williams can, sometimes where he kind of hits all the kind of beats of what's happening in the scene. Like when a door opens, the music changes. When somebody looks at the other person, the music might change a little bit, and it's kind of helping you, something's happening here, something's happening here. I can do more like establish the mood of the whole scene. And it's always best when the director can really say, this is what I see happening here, and this is how I want it to feel, and this is where you've got kind of really clear parameter of what's needed.
David Byrne, this has been a pleasure. Matter of Life and Death and Wings of Desire, a wonderful double feature. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. This is fun.
Hope you enjoyed David Byrne tonight. Thanks for watching, everybody, and keep watching TCM because, of course, the movies continue uncut and commercial-free.
Next on TCM, never open that door. Then, If I Should Die Before I Wake. And later, Platoon, War is Hell on TCM tonight.